Hello, Python coders. This video is all about the logical operators and or. And to begin with, we've got a program that's similar to a program from a previous video. We're going to validate a voter by age and citizenship status. But unlike the nested example, we're going to use the logical and operator. And the drawback of doing that is we can certainly validate the user for the voting privilege, but we cannot indicate why if that privilege is denied. So take a look at the code here. You'll notice, first of all, that we're asking both questions at the start of the program. We're asking for the age and the citizenship status, and then we're testing both with a compound Boolean expression. We have a complete Boolean expression there, which will evaluate as either true or false. And here's another complete expression, which will also evaluate as true or false. Well, if both of those are true, the AND operator will make sure that this entire thing then evaluates as true. That's what AND means, right? AND means this and that are both true. And if that is the case, we'll get these two lines of code. And if not, we'll get just this line of code. But we won't be able to say which of the entries caused the denial, okay? We don't know, unlike in the previous program. So I'll just give it a quick run here, and we'll try some of the possibilities. I'll go for 23, which of course is old enough, but I won't be a citizen. We don't know why, but they can't vote. We'll try it again. Type in main. That'll run the program since we use the main function. And this time I'll be too young. And actually the citizenship question really doesn't matter, does it? But even when we answer yes, we're told that we can't vote. And the other possibility would be if we are old enough and also citizens, then we can vote. Okay, so that's using the AND operator. Both of the Boolean expressions have to be true. That's what AND means. Now let's look at another program where we have AND but also OR. Here's another one. We're going to ask the user, first of all, to enter an even multiple of 13, but not the lowest one. So we're asking now for 3 conditions, and all 3 have to be true for the entire decision to be true. So you'll notice we've got AND here and also AND here again. We've got 3 complete Boolean expressions. First, we're testing for even. That's what this would do. To test for a multiple of 13, the remainder would be 0 when we divide by 13. And not the lowest one means it can't be equal to 26, since that's the lowest multiple of 13. Well, if all of those evaluate as true, then the entire thing is true. Then this code here will execute. We'll determine what the factor is, and we'll print that out. And you can see there's a little bit of a problem down here. I don't have my F strings in this one. So I'm going to fix this on the fly here. And we'll give it a shot. Let's give this a run. So here we go. Okay, so I guess it would have to be 52 to be an even multiple of 13, but not the lowest one. 4 times 13 is 52. And I'll go for the flower here. And as you can see, flower is one of the good answers. Now I'll try the program again, mainly to test the OR operator. So I'll get this one wrong. I'll go with 39, which of course is not even. But and for this one, I'll say apples. And apples is not a good answer. It's the result of this here. Okay, so you've got your AND and your OR operators. Now there is also a NOT operator. If we had, for example, test equals true, capital T, by the way, in Python, That's a boolean value, true. Well, if I wanted to use an if expression with that, I could say if test equals true, and then I could print something that's underneath that. I'll say yes, and that works okay. But that's redundant. There's no need to say test equals true. All you really need is if test. Okay, it's redundant to say equals true. All right, keep that in mind. And by the way, if you were looking for it to be false, you would say if not test, and put an exclamation mark right there. Okay, just wanted you to see that. And just a couple other minor points, but of interest perhaps. You can also assign a value to a test. Like here we have num equals 12, and I'm going to create a variable test. Got a problem with my S key sticking here. Test equals num equals 12. Well, that's going to store true in test, right? Yeah, okay. So you can, this is actually a really good example of the difference between a single equal sign and a double equal sign. Here, this is a test for equality to see if num is equal to 12. And whatever we get from that is assigned to the variable test. The single equal sign does assignment. So that's why test is equal to true. Okay. Now, just want to show you some really strange things that we're not responsible for, but things that you can do with Python. Like you can do things like this. I'm going to try even if test. Actually, I'll use num. Even if num equals num percent 2 equals 0, else odd. Believe it or not, that works. Pretty strange, huh? All in one line. And you can even embed that inside of a print statement. You could put print right here, and you can print that out. Okay, that's called the ternary operator. I just wanted to show it to you briefly. I'm certainly not responsible for it. We don't really want you to use it in this course. And there's something else too about using the AND operator. We've still got num equal to 12 up there, right? So I could go with something like this. Num is greater than 10 and num is less than 20. Well, that should be true because 12 is greater than 10 and less than 20. Well, Python allows you to do something else which is kind of weird, and that is something like this. Num is greater than 10. Oh, I wanted a different sign here. Actually, it's okay that it doesn't work that way, but now this is sort of violating the rule that we mentioned earlier, that when you're using the AND operator, you need two complete Boolean expressions. Well, there's a complete Boolean expression, and there's another complete Boolean expression. And if they're both true, we get a true result. 10 is less than 12. Num is less than 20. But this is pretty much unique to Python, and we don't want you to use it. We're not going to emphasize it at all. I just wanted to show it to you one time. Don't use it. It's not in our book, and most programming languages don't enable you to do this. Usually you have to use, with the AND operator, you have to have two complete Boolean expressions on both sides of the AND. Alrighty then.